Good evening, everybody. This is Mark Lambert from the Theta's Pendulum Trading Group. It's approximately 8:40 p.m. on July 24th, 2011, and I'm just going to show a couple trades of the ESs that I've taken over the last few days, and also at the same time kind of show how I've progressed the fibs through. I am a little bit limited in time as far as how much I can post onto YouTube, so I'm going to have to kind of just go over this last leg as with a little bit of greater detail, but I will show the lead up to it. According to my partner Tony, Anthony Marino, who basically called the bottom using cyclical work, using synodic cycles the other day to this particular point in time right here, it kind of adds confluence to the Elliott wave count that I was looking at. I'm going to take a quick look at this. When normally we are pulling fibs, we're looking at waves 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm looking at this as being a wave A, a 3-wave pullback as being wave B, and then this being a converging diagonal in the 5th wave position or the C wave position. Because either way, you can count it in one of two ways, which kind of keeps us alert that this whole structure that's building right here still hasn't given us a complete picture of what's going on. Because you can count this as wave 1, 2, then 3, 4, then 5, and it still meets all the rules. But the thing is, this bottom, when added with cyclical work, was very easy to find using Fibonacci projection, because when you take a look at this whole first wave down to this point, looking at this as being a larger first inflection, you can see that the market bottomed exactly on a 61.8 Fibonacci projection of either waves 1 through 3 superimposed onto wave 4, or wave A being superimposed onto wave B. But either way, it really doesn't matter at this point in time, because both these scenarios fit the exact same rule that I would be looking at. We have either 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or we have a wave A, B, and C. So at that point in time, it really doesn't matter. You have to take out your trade at this point in time, because we had a confluence of cyclical work and also a Fibonacci projection, and in both cases, whether this is 1 through 5 or an ABC, basically this bottom basically came at the point where it should have came at. So that's why both me and Tony, numerous occasions, we keep pounding it down that after 3 waves, that is definitely the time that you want to tighten up your stop losses and basically keep things nice and tight at that point. You can stay in a trade if you want, but either take profit or tighten up your stop losses. And now I don't have the time to go through this whole leg and then this, showing all the Fibonacci projections that happen with this, but I will show the count, and I will show this, and I'll just lead into this last one right here. And basically, I did take a long at this point this evening. I've already closed it out. I got a 3.75 point gain, and that was basically based on this structure right here that I've been building, which is a whole different story, which we're not going to get into it this evening, because this is something that may take a little bit of time to show people how to do. But either way, that's why I took the trade at this bottom, besides the fact that it was only a quarter of a point off of the 19.1% fib. But anyways, let me take a look here. This right now is a 1600 tick chart. I wish I could set this up as a user-defined tick, but with Thinkorswim, which is my broker, I can't. So this bottom right here is basically with this bottom. We have 5 waves up, waves 1, 2. Inside of this also we have waves 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have the end of 3. We have a 7-wave pullback. When you look at the different tick time frame, you can see this is a 7-wave pullback. And then this right now is a 9-wave drive, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9-wave up, forming this top. Now you want to pull a larger fib, moving from this first inflection to this this is the whole first inflection, the up and down move. This looks on the hourlies basically as an ABC, but when you take a look at it on the ticks, it's very, very strong again. Once again, You can see a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 wave move, which is more of a, in a shorter time frame, more of a complex correction. It's either some type of double zigzag or a zigzag and a flat. We're not going to get into it, but the fact is that we had confluence of both the hourlies and the tick chart showing that this was a tradable bottom. And now from this point, this past week, I'll spend a little bit of time on this structure in a couple of moments. What you want to do with Fibonacci projections is you want to always measure the first wave, which would be from here to here and back down to here. I'm just going to blow this up real quick to make sure I get the exact top. There we go. Now we snap to the top. We back up again. And you can see that the market used this as a ladder to climb the market going up, and it ended up at a 127.2 Fibonacci projection. One of the things you want to do with Fibonacci projection also is that every single time you've had a drive, then a correction, you want to start pulling a new Fibonacci projection into the next drive also, which this is what this would be. And as you can see that the market has used this as a price ladder to go up to, and it came to the 127.2. The first thing you always look at is the 1, 2, and this should be a strong ladder moving up. Another projection that you could also use with this, and these are the only three that I use, is you always take a look at waves 1 through 3, and then superimpose that onto wave 4. Trying to get it right on the exact bottom. There we go. As you can see, this did an exact 50% move at this point in time. And the next projection that I always use, which is this one is more prevalent than the one that you're observing right now, but the next projection I would look at would be superimposing wave 1 onto wave 4, which is something that happens all the time in a market. And you can see that the market moved right up to 81% also, which I had shown a couple times this past week on charts that I had posted, which actually denoted the top. And let me take this fib off right now. And due to time constraints, I can only show so much. But this move right down has been impulsive. This was corrective. And right now, the new fibs that I'm setting up at is this swing right now. And one of the things also that I do is I also use this harmonic grid that I've come up with, which is basically measuring the first inflection and dividing it into a 1200% harmonic ratio. And as you can see, that this is either wave 1, wave 2, 3, 4, and then so on, coming down to this point. What you want to do is when you see the first inflection or a double top, double bottom on something like that, you want to measure that and superimpose it. As you can see, the market moved down exactly to 1332.75 before it reacted to go back up to a corrective mode, and that corrective mode came up to exactly, once again, the 1342.75. And this area right now, when I was looking at it on Friday, I was hoping to see a little bit more correction coming this way and then another drive up, because my my other fibs that I had internally was showing that it could possibly go up a little bit higher. But hey, I was wrong, so it doesn't matter at this point in time. But the thing is, you know you're wrong right away. So I did not take the trade over the weekend because I had mentioned that I do not like holding trades over the weekend because the market often gaps. And sometimes it gaps for us, sometimes it gaps against us. But obviously the market gapped this evening, and when I take a look at the geometrical structure of the market, it fit right into the scenario that I was looking at. I do believe we will continue moving up, but right now we definitely are in a correction mode. So just something to look at. But also when you take a look at this larger picture, this could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, ABC, and now we're starting to trend downwards. But by the time I get up tomorrow morning, anything that should be happening should basically show its hand, and from there I'll just start trading it and just kind of adjust to where things are. Maybe this harmonic grid at this point in time maybe like this at that point, depending on the action that happens overnight. So we'll see how it all unfolds. You know, I just hope that these videos that I'm producing are beneficial to everybody, and I just wish everybody a great week this week.